Tonight, we update you on the biggest album to come out this year. At least until Friday. We give you the good, the bad, the savage. Hopefully things will get better from here. The channel is live. Yes, so we are back. Yesterday, didn't have a chance to make a video, but today, I'm going in. So, for me to update you, for those of you who haven't been following the whole Donda thing from the beginning, let's jump all the way back. So, Donda was released on Sunday. Surprisingly, it was like an early Sunday. I caught it early. Most people didn't. But the album dropped on Sunday. And the word has it, the reason why it was released is because the record label, I believe it was Universal, I believe it was, they decided to leak it. And it makes a lot of sense that that's what happened. Because as I said, leading up to this album, that Kanye is playing with fire here because it costs way too much for him to keep on pushing back and postponing this album. Eventually, the labels were going to look at, okay, the cost of you doing these shows and the profits coming back from it is not enough to save. It's not enough in order for us to regain the money that we've invested in this, that we've promoted in this, because as I said multiple times, he had ads on the NBA Finals for this. Even though he loves to say, oh, I don't like to do ads because they're too commercial and stuff, they sure did do NBA Finals ads for you. With one of the bigger name athletes being attached to it. Everybody had to get paid doing that. And your label had to go ahead and pay that out. So therefore, when Drake came out saying that his album was coming out this Friday, again, I said, okay, Drake must know something. Because Kanye has done this way too many times. He's giving us a release date that he never followed through on, that he just continued to push it back. But yet, we never seen Drake say anything about his album up until now. My thinking is, Drake knows somebody on the inside that knows that, okay, if Kanye even tried to push it back, the label wouldn't let it happen. The label is way too invested. The label is forcing this album to come out now. He has somebody on the inside that knew of everything going on. So he didn't have to, play the pump fake that Kanye is consistently doing. So when Kanye decided, yo, okay, now that Drake has shown his hand, all I gotta do is postpone it one more time and I'm gonna be in the clear. Nah, wasn't gonna happen that way. Drake played it perfectly. And it just showed the cowardice that was Kanye. Kanye is clearly way more fearful of releasing his stuff at the same time as Drake is with Kanye. Like, Drake is going out of his way to get connections, to build enough people to actually see when he's dropping so that he can drop at the same time. Drake is going out of his way to do this, which makes me believe Drake got something for him. You feel me? But so, as the record label released his stuff, from what Kanye says, this is why I believe it. I believe that the record label did it because you're not hearing Kanye fighting. You're not seeing Kanye release text messages like he was doing with quote unquote the baby when he was trying to blame the last postponement on the baby. Which this shoots all holes into that whole theory too for all you Kanye fans that still want to believe that crap. Because if the label decided they didn't want the baby's verse on there, it wouldn't be on there. When the label is the one who released everything that he had at that point in time. But to be real with you, was it everything? Was this actually the vision in which Kanye wanted to release his album? Like, a lot of people are trying to take this and be like, okay, the label just released it all, so this isn't the true vision of what Kanye West had. It was. Like, when you look at the artwork, it's designed a specific particular way. Now, he could have always changed it. Like, he definitely had the time to change things any which way that he wanted to if he got it postponed. But I don't think so. I think the label released the version of the album that Kanye wanted to release before Drake came out and said that he's dropping on that date. So therefore, this is his vision on what he wanted to put out there. What up, Julian Rodriguez, saying that this is super devious? It is. This is super devious on every level. But it is what it is. So the album gets leaked. And after it quote unquote leaked, but it's really just got released because the labels was not going to put up with this nonsense. It came a point where I'm guessing the cost of it was way too high to push it back again. And the hype of it releasing this week was never going to be any bigger. Like I said in a video before, like he's ultimately playing with the rules of, what's it called? I can't think of the actual name of it, but it's diminishing returns. There's an actual law called the diminishing returns law. This law is when the hype of something that you have will never get as big as this moment, no matter how much you try to continuously do the same thing. So no matter how much Kanye West continue to push and promote this album, the hype of it will never be bigger than it dropping along the same time as when Drake is releasing. It'll never be bigger than this. Honestly, I think the hype of it dropping with Drake probably wasn't going to be as strong. Like people's attention would be so separated, so divided. So therefore, he may not have been able to get these, I think it's 300,000 streams in one day. Like, this was like the biggest of the year, not of all time. I think Drake still holds the all-time streaming record on Spotify and all these streaming apps and all that stuff. But yet, this is honestly the most hype that Kanye would have possibly gotten off of this album right now. Me personally, I wanted to see the Kanye versus Drake on the same day so that we can legitimately see who's the biggest right now at this one point in particular time. And it would be great for hip hop. It would be great for music in general. Like having the two biggest acts in the game drop at the same time because they dislike each other. This could be something that could have been sold like a boxing match or something like that. I don't know how they could have did it, but it could have been amazing. On top of the rollout that Kanye has had, that he was freestyling this. Yes. How I know he was freestyling it? Okay. Like, people want to perceive the rollout as Kanye's genius, and it was genius, but it was luck as well. This was him postponing and pushing his stuff back because he knew Drake was coming for him. But because he was that fearful and he's this creative, he was able to create something out of nothing that we most likely will never see on this level again. I mean, maybe somebody takes it and polishes it and they have the notoriety of, say, Drake in order to do it, or say a Kendrick Lamar decides to take this formula and run with it. Therefore, I can see it getting done better and bigger. I can see it with Kendrick. But outside of that, I don't think this will ever be done on this level of this caliber again. But why do I know he was freestyling this though? There was too many things that he was doing that was counterproductive, that you can see was ultimately, okay, why keep telling people the next release date and keep pushing it back if this was your ultimate plan? If this was your ultimate rollout plan on how you wanted to play this, why do you keep messing it up by telling people the release date? It would have been just smarter for you to go week to week to week in different tour, do pretty much a full-fledged tour, pushing this whole Donda experience. It would make more sense going that way if this was your plan from the beginning, right? But instead, what he did was he did a bunch of these in Atlanta. Like, why are you on tour? Why are you doing Donda release shows or whatever, and you keep on doing it in Atlanta? Like, and then the third one, you go to Chicago? Like, if this was real, you would have did Atlanta, then Chicago, then branched out to New York, then go to Miami, go to DC. That's how tours work. You don't do a bunch of them all in one place. Like, the original plan was to do the release albums, do the release party, and then wait for Drake to go ahead and blow his hand, because you would assume that Drake would assume that you're dropping now because you spent all this money for this. That was the original plan. But since Drake was ahead of the game, because Drake was connected into the record label, in which the label is telling us when the album is going to drop, one way or the other, Drake could just sit back and watch Kanye do what Kanye do and expose himself. None of this was according to plan, but yet, because of that, he was able to craft something that was super dope, that was unique, that can change the game. That I do believe that Kendrick Lamar can take and make amazing. So kudos to Kanye for that. But now that the album has released, it's become, as you see on the screen, the biggest album launch of 2021. That's not saying that much. I mean, his only true competition for that was J. Cole. And J. Cole, J. Cole, he comes out and he does his. He does what he do. He doesn't try to continuously push things to the highest upper echelon. He just comes out, dominates, and keep it pushing. But that was really Kanye's only competition so far this year. So yes, he does have the biggest launch of 2021. He has the biggest single day streaming record of 2021 on Spotify. Not the biggest album, and that's only for 2021 because, Drake already got that record. Same thing for Apple Music. Oh, now, okay, they saying that he got the all-time Apple Music record of #1 album in 152 countries. Yes. Over 180 million streams worldwide in 24 hours. Solid. Hey, man, these are numbers that we were expecting. Let's not deny that this was going to happen if he postponed the album or if he dropped the album on time or any of these other release dates that he said that this was going to happen, these stream dates was going to happen because that's consistently what Kanye has done. And this album just happens to be more hyped than any of the other ones leading up to this. Like, this one was more hyped just based off of this rollout than what Ye was. Than the whole Surgical Summer projects. This was more hyped than all them joints. So, and then on top of it is Kanye. Kanye sets all kinds of records every time that he comes out. Like, none of this is surprising at all. Honestly, he was, and we'll talk, the labels, by forcing it out the way that they forced it out, I think they're getting the max out of it. I do believe the labels, by doing it this way, they're guaranteeing that they got the number ones on everything. They're getting the max right before Drake, and they're getting the hype of Drake was dropping at the same time as well. Like, it actually works out for the labels. But yet, we gotta look at the fallout, though. A lot of people were upset about this album because the verses are not on there. Which brings me back. This is why I'm telling you the labels released the version of the album that Kanye West wanted out there. Because clearly there was more content. They just didn't throw together every single thing that he had. They just put out the last project that they got from Kanye. Because if they put out everything, then the Chris Brown song where Chris Brown got a verse on it, that would have dropped too. We all know that definitely would have dropped. And Chris Brown is upset about it. He's really mad that he was not included on this project. And I feel him. Because he needs it. Just like how Soulja Boy is upset for being like snubbed off this album as he disclosed a bunch of his conversations that he had with Kanye, and that he was doing a whole bunch of stuff of how he went out of his way to record with them down in Atlanta and all that stuff to get on the album. He clearly just never made the album. And Kanye didn't tell him beforehand that he wasn't going to make the album, probably because Soulja Boy was going to act this way regardless. But these things show us that there's more music to this that Kanye just snubbed off and didn't want to be put on it. So therefore, we know that this is the album. This is the vision. This is what Kanye wanted to put out there. No matter what he's saying. Everything else is him copying a plea so that people can forgive this for not being a good album. This is him copping pleas for the fact that he didn't put in any work towards this until close to the end of the cycle, when it became something that he could not do much more with. There's a reason why he was still in Atlanta recording new verses, why he waited to the last minute to get Jay-Z's verse for an album release party. Why he just decided to add the Baby verse. Like, he was still in the process of trying to make this into a good album. And it was too late. Why? Because he did exactly what little kids do in high school. Like, you wait to the last minute to study for the test that everybody needs in order to pass the class. You wait to the last absolute minute to do anything about it. And then you try to cram it all in last second and think that this was going to end up passing you. How many kids did you know back in high school that straight up failed classes because they did this? But that is what up, Beats by Talon Ted? Like I said, Voss, yes. Ultimately, you done made me lose my train of thought. But ultimately, what I'm saying is this album is what Kanye wanted it to be. And the album is bad because it's what Kanye wanted it to be. Kanye is not the visionary that people think that he is. Like, this whole rollout is a super visionary thing. Like, it did make this into something amazing that we seen, but it's clearly an accident. This clearly happened because he was afraid of Drake. This clearly happened because he knows how to take lemons and make lemonade and then turn that lemonade into something amazing, because his promotion that he does for himself and the promotion that he gets from the major record labels is next level. He's creative. You can't take it away from him. He's really good at this. But none of this was planned. He made the absolute most that he could do out of a bad album that he made, and he knew it was a bad album. By the labels forcing it out, he's trying to use this as his excuse for why this album wasn't as good as it needed to be. Kanye has nothing but a whole load of excuses for him being a bad artist, I ain't gonna say he's a bad artist. I'm just saying he's not the artist that he thinks he is. He's not the artist that everybody wants him to be. He's not as lyrical as everyone thinks he is. He makes some comedic punchlines. He can take commonly used sayings, flip them on their head the most ignorant way possible, and make some interesting punchlines out of them. But he's not a lyricist. If you put Kanye West next to, say, King Los, who do you think is going to win? Kanye West is not a lyricist. He's able to compose some solid songs when he has the right amount of help pushing him. That's what Kanye does. But that's if he comes prepared. That's if he comes with his mind in it. Clearly, his mind is more on saving his relationship, getting out of his relationship with Kim Kardashian. That's where his mind honestly was this whole process, up until when it was too late. Julian Rodriguez says that it's lucky for Kanye he passed. He got a 67%. I will say that too. Like, I gave him 65%, but 67%, I'm with that. He luckily got past that point where people would be like, okay, this is complete trash. We need to fail this guy. He's done in the music industry. No, like, as much of the people are like really crapping on this project, it was good enough. It was good enough for his fans to be able to, save face. It was good enough for him to, I don't know. It was good enough for him to get another project. It's good enough for him to get this amount of hype from the record labels, to get this amount of dollars, because not only are we seeing the success of it, not only are we continually seeing the hype of it as we continue to go, but now we're seeing Soulja Boy saying, yo, we should go ahead and do a celebrity boxing match, and that'll easily clear $100 million. And if the label don't get their money back, I wouldn't put it past them saying, oh, you gonna fight Soulja Boy. And if he gets knocked out, oh my God, that would be the most hilarious thing of all time. Like, that would be great. But no, Soulja Boy can't fight. So, and Kanye's crazy. Crazy Kanye probably will lay him out. But who knows? That would be something that I would be interested in seeing, but I don't think it'll ever happen. Just like how Drake and Kanye dropping on the same date, that seemed destined to never happen too. Overall, man, this whole experience, I think it's a positive one. And it's not over yet. But I think this whole experience to this point of watching this Donda that I knew was going to be trash from the beginning, this album that I had very little hopes for, watching it bloom like it did, watching the hype of it continue to grow, and due to this hype, it may have changed the music industry forever. It may have changed the game to the point that if you get enough hype, you can go on tour with your new album before you even drop the new album. And that tour can yield you a whole lot of money. It can yield you a whole lot of hype. Can yield you a whole lot of products that you can sell. It can help you become much bigger. Like you can use your album release parties more as promotion. But, you know, that was something that was happening before, but never on this level. Like if you guys remember during the pandemic, people, the album release parties that were getting broadcast on, they were all getting broadcast on IG. And they would consistently dropping. Like that was the consistent promotion. Kanye just took that and made it bigger and made it in an arena. And then he realized, yo, I can do this multiple times. So he did it in Atlanta again. Then, yo, I can take this on tour. Then he went on and took it to Chicago. This is the new formula that the record labels will most likely try to take. Yeah, this man, as Julian is saying, that this man really rebuilt his childhood home on stage and burnt it down with him on the inside. Like, dog, that was a masterpiece of promotion. That was like Kanye shows, man. I mean, say what you will about Kanye. His shows are usually next level. He does something. Like whether it's him floating to the sky out of the arena, burning down his home, having the stage on like elevated up so everybody on the ground floor is looking up at Kanye. Say what you will, he can put on a show. Even if it's with music that isn't the most amazing of music, he'll do something next level. Creative. And that next level creative will change the way that the game is going. A+ on your promotional rollout, even though it was an accident. But the best things in the world usually comes from accidents. Creativity comes from mistakes and accidents that you turn to your advantage to make you even better than you were before. I think this was great. Now, we're going to have to begin to turn our attention now onto the Drake promotion. Drake's promotion so far is, he dropped some emojis. What he did was he got an advertisement on SportsCenter that people were trying to say, oh, he hacked through to SportsCenter. Like, really? And if he legitimately hacked SportsCenter, then ESPN and Disney would be suing his ass. Let's be 1,000. You're not gonna mess up our programming and then put something on there when we are a billion dollar, trillion dollar companies on the stock exchange. You ain't going to play with us like that. You going to pay us our fee, as he clearly did. He paid them the fee. He did that. He dropped some emojis. His promotion is nothing like what Kanye's was. But does he need it? Like, okay, all this promotion that Kanye got, all of this is going to have to get paid off. Is all of these opening day streaming records, is all of that going to pay for it? This is the question that I pose to you. Will this Donda, all these sales, like, keep in mind that streams do not pay like album sales pay. Like, yes, they get paid per advertisement. The streams, the better they do, the more money you are making. But the cost that Kanye ran up to the point that he forced the major record label to drop his stuff, the cost must be really high, bro. It must be really high. Like, I think Kanye, to pay that off of these streams and all that, he needs to maintain this for like at least for the rest of the week, if not at least the month. Julian Rodriguez says, I think Drake has enough status to break records, waiting for Donda to drop us. Waiting for Donda to drop us. Because now his fans have more incentive to stream CLB. That, I feel you. Just based off the competition alone, Drake does not need to have the same costly promotion that Donda did. Like, honestly, Drake is going to benefit off the fact that Donda is doing all of this. All of the great things that Kanye did with this, all of it by accident, because he knew when the drop date was going to be. He's going to feed off of it just as much as Kanye did. Genius. This was absolute genius by Drake. This is well played. Like, instead of just listening in to what Kanye West was saying all the time, no, I'm going to get plugged into your boss. The people who's going to determine when this joint is dropping. And when they say that, oh, it's going to drop, that's when I drop. And I'm going to take all of your promotion and apply it to my stuff and have all of my fans that were waiting on this anyway, because I was supposed to release this, like, when was he? He was supposed to drop back in January, March, April, May, June. It was during the summertime, right? No. The exact thing was Drake was supposed to drop exactly 9 months ago. And that people were saying that this is part of his promotional plan. Could be. I don't know. Like, that's why, like, the pregnancy is the emojis and stuff. Like, 9 months later, here comes CLB. Can't put it past Drake to do that. You cannot put it past Drake to do that. But if you were to put that in mind, then you got to take away the fact that, you know, the album was supposed to line up with Kanye. Like, because he would have known that way too far ahead of time. But either way, the way that this is playing out is perfect for Drake. It's perfect for both of them, to be real. But Donda just got too much more. Donda got way more overhead. The raw amount of songs that Kanye had to record in the studios, the money that he paid for people to come in to record with him, the money that they paid for to get these arenas, the money that they paid for advertisement to get beats with Sha'Carri Griffin on the NBA Finals, the money that they paid for to continuously postpone this. Julian Rodriguez again says, we'll see. Apparently he was making money from not only tickets, but from merch. And don't discredit how much it costs for food, too. Was Kanye getting a piece of the food? Maybe. Looking at the cost of the food, I wouldn't doubt it. Like, everything that was doing those tours and stuff, man, all of that, all of that was expensive for a reason. Not only because Kanye could get away with it, but also he's trying to recoup, fam. Now, I don't know what kind of deal that Kanye West has, but he did come up in the era where 360 deals became prevalent. Now, did he sign a new deal to get out of 360 recognition? Probably. But what we do know is he don't own any of his masters because Jay-Z sold his original masters already. All these newer ones, we probably would have heard of that, but we haven't. Ain't no telling what kind of deal that he got. Honestly, this album, Donda, might have cost way more than what it needed, even if he sets all kinds of records. The actual financials might not be lining up the way people think is going to, even with all of these records being set. But I hope it do. I hope he does well. Like, I want to see Kanye succeed, even though he's full of crap. Even though he's one of the most selfish individuals that there is out here. Even though he's one of the most cowardly people that I've ever seen too. Like, me personally, like, hey, dog. If I got Donda and I believe in it and I'm Kanye West, like, come on with it, Drake. We can drop on the same day, dog. It is what it is. See me. I don't care. Even if I do get number 2, it'll be what it'll be, dog. But I'm not going back down from you, though. But Kanye, being as cowardly as he is and how he kept pushing stuff back because he was trying to wiggle his way out of all of the things that he did, bringing all of this to himself. Because let's not discredit the fact that what Kanye was doing, Drake is coming after him because of that. Like, he came at Drake from the beginning. Now, I don't know where the very start of this happened, but I do remember vividly Kanye going out of his way to backstab Drake into figuring out when he was going to drop music, and then him dropping his whole surgical summer around that. I'm not going to deny that's what Kanye did, and that's why Drake was doing this. So he honestly got this one coming to him. Beats by Talented Ted said that the album was a masterpiece and it had historic production. Nothing about this album was a masterpiece. For you to perceive this as a masterpiece would be to perceive that this is equally as good as College Dropout. Equally as good as the other proclaimed masterpieces. And I mean, I think College Dropout is his greatest masterpiece of all time, but I also liked the what was it? Late Registration. Late Registration had some of my favorite Kanye songs of all time. Like, he's dropped a lot of really good stuff, but his later works, none of them has been masterpieces. And why none of them are masterpieces? Because he's not hungry like he was before. Are you telling me that Kanye West right now is as hungry as he was when he first came out, when he had a lot of stuff to prove, when he needed to do this so that his family can eat? He doesn't have to eat no more. He got design, like his clothing design label, his clothing designs and stuff is going to make money regardless of if Donda doesn't make money on the back end. Like, there's a reason why he waited to the absolute last minute to actually start working on this as seriously as he did. And it's because he's not hungry enough. If he really was hungry, if he really was trying to make a masterpiece, he would have been working on this for years, every day, pushing forward every day, like how J. Cole was doing with his album. He just locked himself in the room, and every day he tried to put in work leading up to him dropping his project. Chris Castro says, this is better than Ye and Jesus is King. I agree. Reminds me of how he approached 808s, aiming more for a consistent vibe. Weekend Joint is a hit, and Off the Grid is good too. Not as good as the other albums though. And I agree with you on that one, Chris. I really do. Like Jesus is King was like when you let Snoop Dogg drop a better religious album than you, then clearly that wasn't very good. And I love Snoop. Snoop is like a legend and all that, but like Snoop wasn't going on a Sunday service tour with bands coming out like he was dressed like he's Moses or something. Jesus is King was pretty trash. Ye had Yikes on it. It had like one, maybe two, but you know, he just doesn't have that hunger no more. Kanye, old Kanye is gone. New Kanye is schizophrenic. He doesn't put in enough work. Julian Rodriguez says it's unfortunate that this is his dedication to his mother. I mean, that's the thing, man. Like, it's not so much like he's just a washed up rapper at this point. And I hate to say it. I mean, and I know a lot of Kanye fans are out there. A lot of Kanye fans out there don't want to hear that. But his time as one of the best musicians in the game, that has long passed him. If he was going to dedicate anything to his mother, he should have did it earlier when he still had the state of mind to do it. Like anything that he does after this point, well, anything that he's done after, say, Watch the Throne has not lived up to the hype. But this is typical, man. This is typical of artists once they get into the game and be there for so long. I'm not just going to put this all on Kanye. We see this with Jay-Z too. We see this with Dr. Dre. We see this with Eminem. Like, every artist has a peak. Every artist musically, it's just like a basketball player. Like Michael Jordan was the best basketball player of an entire generation. But when he went to the Wizards, he couldn't get 35 games. And it was because he was past his prime. We as human beings, we all peak eventually. Now, it could be because we stopped putting in the work. It could be because our passion for it is no longer there. It could be because we really just ran out of ideas. We ran out of the ability to do it. Like, we just hit the wall, and this wall is unscalable for us at this point. A lot of us who reach this point, reach greatness, you realize how much work it takes to get to that point to be great. You understand the day in, day out grind every day. Sacrifice relationships, sacrifice money, sacrifice everything in order for you to get to that point where you want to be. That's something that not everyone can do at every stage of your career. Julian Rodriguez says, as seen through a song or two, a few features, Eminem still has that potential to be good, as he once was. I think Kanye also has that potential. I disagree. See, Eminem still has the skill set, dog. Like, he still can rhyme. But there's a difference in, like, the thing that made Eminem into Eminem was like that hype and that unexpectedness that happened right at that point when Dr. Dre started putting out a white rapper that could actually have bars, that was actually menacing, that was going against like gay and lesbian people and all of this stuff. Like, the critical acclaim that he got, that all became standardized at this point. There's nothing about him now that's anything near critical acclaim like that, outside of he can still rap. From time to time, he can still drop a hot song. But we all know that that wasn't the main reason why Eminem became Eminem. Eminem had a lot of hype behind him, dude. A lot of hype. So much so that his fan base is still around to this day. Everybody still like and rock with, well, not everybody, but his audience still rocks with him to this day to a degree, up until when he started speaking out about Trump. That kind, he can maintain that because his audience loves him, but he cannot regain that hype that was at his peak form, where it was more of, this is new, this is, no one know where it's going, like, this is crazy. He's overtly going against everybody. He's creating all this hype as he goes. He doesn't even want to do that no more. Like how he was backing down from the Trump, like how he came out like copping pleas because his fan base dropped him for Trump. Like, he wants to be successful still. He's not going to be willing to risk it all like that. So Eminem will never reach that point ever again, even if he still maintains his skill set, if you understand what I'm saying. There's more to becoming that super hyped #1 artist than just being good at music. Honestly, a lot of people reach that without being really good at music. Like, a lot of people trying to hype up Lil Baby as one of the best rappers out there right now. He's not one of the best rappers out there right now. He's actually far from it. He wants to claim how he was one of the best or whatever in a whole bunch of rhymes and all of that. He's not. He's far from the best. I'm not saying he's bad, but I'm not going to say that he's great. I'm not going to say that he's even good. I'm going to say that he plays his role well enough, and that because he has no conscience, he'll be able to just jump from song to song to song to song and keep putting stuff out there so that he can't be canceled. But he's not one of the best. Far from one of the best. But being one of the best musically has nothing to do with being one of the most hyped in the music industry. Music industry is a very fickle thing, bro. It's a lot like the stock market. Just because your business is making money and being super successful in the stock market and being super successful in real life, being profitable, doesn't mean that your stock is going up. There's a lot of businesses that's like that. I'm invested in one. It's called Palantir. Palantir makes a lot of money. They're doing a lot of things in the tech world. But yet this stock has been stuck at $25, then it drops down to $18. It's been stuck like that for months. For months. Even though they've been proven that they are a big money maker. They're getting contracts through the government. They're getting contracts through private companies. Word has it, like Tesla is using a lot of what they're doing with the programming and stuff. Now that's rumors. That's rumor mill. But this company is doing really well. Why isn't this company jumping straight up? It's because there's more to it. Just like how there's more to just rap skills being one of the best or most notable individuals in the music industry. You have to have the backing by your record label. You have to have the promotions. You have to have the hype of the controversy. You have to have all of these on top of some quality music. I feel you should have some quality music. But is that even 100% necessary? Is that what we learned from Playboi Carti, whose skill set by and far is nowhere near a Kanye West, but yet he got a lot of hype? Playboi Carti is going to be remembered through time probably more than King Los at this point in time. Who has the better skill set? Who works harder at their craft? Who's the better rapper? It's messed up. But honestly, who got the backing of the majors? Playboi Carti got the backing. Why is it that people respect the majors more than their own heirs? More than quality music that people say that they want? Instead, people want to be told what is hot. People want to be told what is good music. Nobody wants to seek it out for themselves. So that's why we get a Kanye West that many want to perceive as one of the greatest to ever do it. Why we get a Kanye West, the biggest, most hyped artist of a generation. And it's because no one cares about skills. No one cares about good music. Let's keep that 1,000. Let's keep it 1,000 right now. Nobody, well, the masses of people do not care about good music. We do. Anybody that's here on this channel watching this right now, you probably do care about actual quality music. But we are the minority. We are the people who actually seek out and study, who actually want to find the best music, no matter your notoriety, no matter your hype, no matter who's pushing you. It doesn't matter. What we care about is, you got some joints for my playlist? I'll rock with you if you got some fire. Even if I don't like you, I'm not a big fan of Kanye because I feel as though he does things like he's one, overhyped. Two, he's shown that he's a bit of a scumbag. Three, he's a liar. I don't like a lot of things about Kanye West, but I respect him though, because he built himself. He built himself to being this successful individual that we see today. Many of the things that he do by accident, because he's schizophrenic to a degree, is help change and mold the game to being more profitable and bigger. Like this, if it's not for Kanye, hip hop may not be one of the biggest industry in the world right now. He took the torch from other big artists like Jay-Z, Eminem, and helped push the brand up higher. Just like Drake. I'm not the biggest fan of Drake in his personal life either. Like, why is you having babies with these chicks that's super scandalous? Why are you going out of your way to bang other guys' women when you can have any woman in the world? any woman in the world, but you choose to go out of your way to just throw shade on everybody. Your whole blueprint of what makes you you is you taking from everyone else. I can't co-sign none of this, but it works. And it helped him push himself to the top level of the music industry. And once he made top level in the music industry, hip hop went up a whole nother notch as well. This is why we are pioneers in music in the world. Artists like this can't quite support them, but they do their thing. It is what it is. But that's my rant for the day, man. And I ran this one over. Like, usually I only do a half an hour talking about certain things, but this is one I had a lot of stuff on my chest, as I missed yesterday. But yeah, I did some stuff on Sunday as well. I am about to run some Street Fighter matches. And maybe, like, I honestly have to, like, I missed a couple phone calls while I was live. So before I do any of that, I'm gonna have to call some people back. But if you guys got any questions, man, feel free to ask them. I will be answering. Let me cut up this music. But I'm about to go ahead and do some training a little bit, I guess, before I hop online. But go ahead and ask your questions, and I'll get back to you. I'm about to take this phone call right quick, too.
Sakura.
Yeah, let's go.
Fine.
How about a double dose of poison?
I really like to exercise, and training is a lot of fun.
Okay. Let's see if there's any comments. Chris is asking what got me in the Street Fighter. Let me cut that audio down. Hold up. Okay. Yeah, Chris asked me what got me in the Street Fighter. What got me in the Street Fighter was that was just something that we played, fam. Cut this. Like I grew up in a family that had I had a whole bunch of brothers and cousins. You feel me? So every day we would just play video games all the time, and it got competitive. Every day we playing tournaments of wrestling matches. We playing tournaments of basketball. We're playing tournaments of Madden, and it was all bragging rights. And man, we talk shit. Like if you think I talk shit, be just on like video work, like you should meet my family. But we would be competitive every day, and if you win, oh, you better run it up, because tomorrow everybody is going to be talking trash. But Street Fighter 2, when that came out, that just fit right into the mold. You feel me? Like we all played this, we all fought against each other. We played that and Mortal Kombat. Now, none of us were on the idea of professional or nothing like that. We just played it and played against each other. And we got, I don't think none of us were ever any good. Like I'm good now. Like I see now that in the past I was nowhere near as good. But that's what got me into fighting games to begin with. But I went away from it. I started playing Madden. I went to professional level Madden. Like all these dudes that be on all these dudes on YouTube and all that stuff, I was doing that before all of that became popping. Like I actually got Madden Challenge t-shirts for when I went out there, and I placed pretty decently. Like I won, I came in second place on a Madden Challenge tournament in Charlotte that was like at a Best Buy or something. I was playing that heavily. I was getting professional. I was learning I had my own playbook and all of that shit, dude. I was actually really good at that. But then I realized they keep dropping the same game over and over and over. And that's when Street Fighter 4 came out. Street Fighter 4, I'm like, yo, it's been a minute since I played this. I mean, I played Alpha for a little bit. Alpha is when I picked up Sakura. That's when I wanted to play Sakura. But Street Fighter 4 is when I came back into Street Fighter. Like, yo, okay. Let me pick back up on Sakura, see what's happening. And like, all right, then I saw the Daigo video, the Third Strike Daigo Perry video. Like, oh my God, and people were like chanting this? Like there's a whole audience for this? And I started going into the video game scene. I started seeing like, yo, these people are legit. These people are really good at this, and they actually are competitive, and like it's not a lot of money in it. But it's never been about money for me. It's about respect and being the best at this. And I mean, being dominant. Now that money is starting to get involved, like that just makes things even better. So Street Fighter 4. I began to take things way more seriously. I started to learn the foundations. I started to get a little better. Like that was when I first started getting to silver and gold, and like I think ultra silver to like borderline gold is what I maxed out on there. And then when Street Fighter 5 came out, I'm like, I'm taking this one to a whole nother level. I started putting in the kind of work that you guys have been seeing me put in. Not on a consistency level, but I've been putting in this kind of work for a while. It was up until season 3, season 4 that I'm like, okay, I'm going to do this every damn day, and I'm going to level. and I'm going to begin to be like on that. Because I wanted to do it like that, now I'm ultra platinum. I mean, now I'm super platinum. I made it to ultra platinum. I'm not far from ultra platinum again. Like, I lost a lot of points recently. But I didn't tell you guys that I ran it up. Like, I won like, on Sunday, I won like 13 matches in a row, and I won back the vast. And hopefully today I can get it back into. Hopefully today I can get back to ultra. Oh. Peace out, Julian. Much love. And why I focus on hip hop content, bro, is because that's what I'm born in, man. That's what I was born, raised in. That's what I know. I know hip hop. Like, I owned a record label for a while. I owned a music studio for a while. I was releasing projects. I was releasing mixtapes, man. I was one of the biggest sellers out here in Charlotte in the streets. Like, my team was one of the strongest out here, but my team fell apart because no one was as serious as me. I've always studied the game. I've always tried to learn. And all that learning and progression and all that, that never went away for me. Like, when the game started going digital and people started doing YouTube videos and my record label fell apart, I'm like, okay, this is the natural progression, the natural flip for me to take all my knowledge of hip hop and everything that I've been in and apply it to the internet, and it's become its own thing at this point. Shit. Oh, I'm playing rusty right now. I'm being really rusty. Fuck. What? Did you see that shit? Tell me your story, bro. Tell me your story about Marvel vs. Capcom. Like, I love MVC. I just never, like, I got Marvel Infinite. I've never, like, I got into Marvel 3 for a little bit, but I got that on an Xbox, but then I stuck with Street Fighter 5 because I want to be good at Street Fighter 5, and then Marvel Infinite died on me. But tell me about give me your Marvel story, fam. Ah. Yeah. Haha. Shit. What? Them shimmies. Chris Castro says, appreciate your insight in your channel. Always got a unique take on what's going on. My dad had MVC too and comic books. All right. While I was a kid, I grew up loving Street Fighter and Marvel characters. Real big hip hop head too. So he got me into Most Def and Common at a young age. Okay, that's what's up. Went from that to Alpha 3 and picked up Cammy. Cammy player. With the Evo with a few times. Oh, you with the Evo, all right. For Street Fighter 5. Your Street Fighter name is hip hop. That's what's up. Indeed. So you playing top tier, brother. The tip of the top. Which is what's up though. I mean, Cammy is a great starting place for anything Street Fighter related because she has everything. Everything that you would need to, and she's going to be in pretty much every game as well. So you never miss out on her, and she has all the tools necessary to be dominant. Did you play Cammy in Marvel 2? Because I know she was in there. Like, what was your team in Marvel 2? Thought he matches so soon. Huh. Fuck. That is so cheap. shit. Okay. What? What? Okay. Cammy Gambit Morgan. Okay, did you get the infinite for a Gambit? Was that what pieced your team together? I hate scumbags that just luckily beat you and there you go. Yeah, I mean, see, I've never played like I got Marvel 2 on I got it somewhere. I think. No. I only got Marvel 3. I saw that she was in Marvel 2. I never played it. Like if I were to play Marvel 2, which is way too late now, but I probably would have started with Colossus, Sakura, and then probably fill in with Wolverine or something, like going by how I used to play back in them days. But I mean, I would have Sakura. She's not cheap in that game. They make her like more difficult to play, but I would have liked to play with her though. Like I've always been a Colossus fan too. Colossus, like going back to the X-Men like arcade game where you just moved the beat 'em up. I always played with Colossus, so having them both in the same game, I would have played them. Ah. Ah. How did you place in Evo too? Like what and what year did you go to? Because Evo, Evo ain't they ain't promoting it like that no more. But you probably went when it was the best. Ah, this fucking thing. Damn. Shit. Ah, that is bullshit. It was first year that Street Fighter V came out. I got out of pools, but a pro wiped the floor out of the air. That's how it do. Hey man, you made it out of pools, dude. That's amazing though. Like, for real, like a lot of people never do. Who was the pro, if you remember? Like, I fought against my own handful of pros. Like, hold up. Fuck. Ah, the lag is ridiculous going to Dominican. Oh, Julio. Yeah, Julio is good. Damn. Like, over my time period of playing, like, I played against Smug a lot when he was first becoming Smug. Like, because, you know, he became who he was on Street Fighter on Xbox Live. Fought against him a bunch. Caught a lot of L's. I actually went to Wednesday night fights not long ago. I saw Mike Ross. I didn't get a chance to play because they was only playing with the PlayStations. Smug is nasty, bro. Like, we talking Street Fighter 4 when he was becoming Smug, so this was Dudley. Like, bruh. Like, there's nothing you could do with this guy. And I had, like, some sick, like, mix-ups and stuff with Sakura, but Smug was having none of that shit. I actually got some pictures with Alex Valle, but I didn't get a chance to play while I was out there on Wednesday night fights. Who else? I think that's about... I might have fought Wolf Crone one time, but he wasn't playing. He wasn't playing the chick with his main chick that got him put on. But for the most part, yeah, man, like we come across the pros every so often, but it takes a lot of work to get up there to compete with them motherfuckers. But real talk, if things ever get back to normal, man, and things like Evo can happen again, I'm gonna be out there, dude, and best believe I'm gonna come back with the head of somebody. You know who I would like to fight? Even though it's like a horrible matchup and it's going to suck and I'm probably gonna get blown up, but I would like to fight Arturo because he's like the best. Like, and if you learn how to fight against his sim, then you learn how to fight against all sims. That's the guy that I would like to. Maybe not in tournament. Like, I would like to money match him. I would like to money match sim, but not like tournament play. If I could get on the opposite side of the bracket from a sim player, that would be great. But then I do know the matchup to a degree a lot better than what I did before. So I ain't hiding from nobody. If I get 0-2'd, I get 0-2'd. Shit. Oh my God. Shit. Never give up. Never give up. I know he's big mad though. I know he's mad about that one. Oh yeah, for sure, man. I know your tag is hip hop, man. Send me matches anytime, bro. I got you. Me and you can get it in. Don't give up, yo. shit. Nice. Ah, that reaches so fucking far. Ah. Fuck. Only 60 matches. Huh. You gonna run? You gonna run for real? Come on. You motherfucker. You motherfucker. That might have cost me my win streak. But it's fine. But like I told you guys, I went on like a 12-game win streak on Sunday. That was just a 5-game win streak there. I'm playing really well. It's like I tightened up my media attacks so that you get hit by them regardless. Like my timing of it is so much better. My combos are going a little better. And I think it's more my strategies that I'm taking to push forward is actually helping me a lot more than the same strategies I was doing before. Maybe this is enough to break through to diamond. Honestly, I think this skill set might be enough to break through to diamond, but we'll see. Fuck. Shit. Fuck. Good game. Ah, no. Damn. GG's. That was good shit. That was good shit. I could have beat him, but you was just better. Fuck. Lag, bro. Come on. Come on, man. One, I wanted EX Dragon Punch, not regular Dragon Punch. Two, how many drop combos are there going? Whack ass connection, man. And then you gonna run and hide. How long we been online? Well, I did about an hour of Kanye. Did a half an hour before I even hopped online. So we talking about an hour, about 40 minutes. Well, like an hour, 50 minutes. I think I got one more match left in me. I'm mad that I came that close to getting to Ultra, and then it just fall apart because of a connection. But maybe I'll come back a little later tonight. I don't know. Like last night, I watched a movie called Reminisce. You guys ever see that? Reminisce is like a noir mystery starring the guy who played Hugh Jackman, who played Wolverine. It was, yeah. I mean, I like the concept. I like what they tried to do, but it wasn't a very good movie. But entertaining. Like, I like to watch bad movies just as much as I like good movies. Uh, Oh my God. Come on. Come on, bro. I hate Honda. But this is a perfect time for me to get better at my shimmies because as you can see, he's clearly tech grab every wake up. So I just gotta get my spacing together and I can footsie this motherfucker to death. Fuck. That's bullshit. Oh, this guy's a scrub, bro. Come on. Fuck, man. Oh my God, man. Oh my God, that's bullshit. That is bullshit. Oh my God, that's bullshit. Did you see the damage? Oh. Oh my God. Well, Alright, matches like that show you that you done for the day. Where you get frustrated and people doing scumbag shit. Like, and they luckily pull it off. Well, like, that's when you gotta just pull the plug. I catch you guys tomorrow, man. In a minute.